Hello friends, this video on electrostatic potential part 15 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 14 before going ahead with part 15. Topic on electric potential, let us study something about equipotential surfaces. So as the name suggests, equipotential, that means something whose potential is equal, right? The name itself tells us what are equipotential surfaces. Those surfaces in which the electric potential on every point on the surface is same. That means throughout the surface you will have the same value of electric potential, right? So those kind of surfaces are known as equipotential surfaces. We will look at some examples. For example, let us suppose you have some charge plus Q inside this surface. So the equipotential, so the value of the potential at each of these points will be equal. Let us suppose here you have a plus Q charge. So because of this plus Q, what will be the potential at any point? It will be KQ divided by R. So that R will be nothing but the radius. So on the surface, at each point your potential will be the same. Similarly, if you have another surface somewhat like this, so the potential at each point will be the same, right? So similarly, if you have a series of concentric circles, they will form an equipotential surface because the potential throughout that surface, potential at each and every point on that surface is the same, right? Since all the points are at equal distance from the source charge, therefore the potential at all the points are equal. So this is one example of equipotential surface. Similarly, if you have somewhat like this, some surfaces like this, for example, here you can see that this arrow, this denotes the direction of electric field. Let us suppose this is the direction of electric fields, and you have surfaces like this which are parallel to each other, through which the electric field lines are passing. So these surfaces are also known as equipotential surfaces because the potential on each of these surfaces, the potential at any point on these surface is the same. So these are also examples of equipotential surfaces. Now when we place a positive charge and a negative charge near each other, how do their equipotential surfaces get affected? This is what you can see in this diagram. If you see, when a positive and negative charge are brought closer, they tend to attract each other. That is why the surfaces towards this end are more closer to each other than at this end. At the farther end, they are very away from each other, whereas at this end, they are very close to each other. Similarly, for this negative charge also, because they want to come near each other, because both of them want to come near each other, so they try to become congested. On the other hand, if you have two like charges, like here, you have positive, positive. In this case, what happens? They don't want to come near each other. That is why the density here decreases. They try to be as far as possible from each other. Whereas on the other side, it is denser. Getting me? So whenever opposite charges are there, the surfaces, the equipotential surfaces try to become more denser. They try to become closer to each other. But when like charges are there, then they try to move away from each other. We will now study about certain properties of equipotential surfaces one by one. So the first property we will talk about is that the work done to move a charge on an equipotential surface is zero. I mean, these are not basically property of equipotential surfaces. These are the facts related to equipotential surface. So here we will say that if the surface has same potential throughout, then the work done to move a charge from one point to another is zero. So let us try to prove this. Now, by definition of work done and potential, by definition, what do we know? We know that work done per unit charge is nothing but electrostatic potential, right? So that means work done can be written as magnitude of the charge multiplied by the electric potential. Now let us suppose I have some equipotential surface where the potential is same throughout the surface. Now I want to move a charged particle from point A to point B. That means there is some work which is done to move the point from A to B. Now the work done to move the charged particle from A to B is equal to potential at B into Q minus potential at A into Q, right? Because work done is equal to potential difference between the 2 points. So that means this is equal to Q into VB minus VA. That is the difference in potential. Now I say that in equipotential surfaces, the potential at all points is same. That means potential at A is also equal to potential at B. That means the difference is 0. So this becomes 0. So work done becomes 0. Because work done is basically directly related to the difference in potential. Now if the potential everywhere is equal, so there will be no difference in potential. Therefore the work done will always be 0. So here I have taken the example of this surface. Let's look at the next fact now. It says that electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surface. That means if I am talking of any surface of any shape which is equipotential, that is the potential at all points on the surface are equal, that itself means that the electric field vector will always be perpendicular to that equipotential surface. Let us try to prove. Let us look at this. So here these are the electric fields and these are my equipotential surfaces. So here also you can see from the diagram it is clear that electric field is perpendicular to the surface. Now let us assume that okay, this is not true. Let us assume that the electric field is, I don't know whether it is, let us assume that we do not know whether the electric field is perpendicular or not. Okay, so let us assume that this is my surface and we assume that electric field is making some angle theta with the surface. Let us suppose this is my electric field vector. It is making some angle theta with the surface. So what is our intention now? Our intention is to prove that this theta is equal to 90 degree. Okay. So now let us resolve this electric field into its horizontal and vertical components. So what will be its horizontal component? It will be E cos theta. And this side it will be E sin theta. So E cos theta, what would be the direction of E cos theta? E cos theta would be parallel to the surface as it is clear from the diagram. Similarly, E sin theta will be perpendicular to the surface. Right? Now, due to this E cos theta, any charge which is there on this surface can move from one point to another. Right? Let us suppose we have some charge dq. Now this E cos theta is acting along horizontal direction. So let us suppose due to E cos theta, dq moves from some point A to some point B on the equipotential surface. Then what would be the work done involved in that case? The work done, that is some small amount of work done dw, would be equal to the charge, that is dq, into the difference in potential. Let us say the difference in potential is dV. What is dV? dV is potential difference between AB. Right? So this will be dq into dV. Now also we know that from definition of work done, we know that dW is equal to F dot dx. This is also another definition of work. So this can be written as F dx cos theta. Now what is this force? This force arises due to electric field, that is E into dq into dx cos theta. Therefore, we can say that this work done should be equal to, we know that in equipotential surface, in equipotential surface, work done is equal to 0. Therefore, E into dq into dx cos theta is equal to 0. Now, if you look at this, E cannot be equal to 0. I mean, electric field cannot be equal to 0, right? Because we are telling that there is an electric field which is existing. dq cannot be 0 because we are saying that a charged particle exists there. Similarly, dx cannot be 0 because the charged particle is moving some distance. So, dx has to be there. So, the only term which can be 0 is cos theta. So, cos theta becomes 0. Therefore, theta becomes 90 degree. So, that is what we wanted to prove. Correct? So, I hope it is clear to you now. What did we do here? We assumed that, let us suppose that there is the electric field makes some angle theta with the equipotential surface. So, we resolved it into its components E cos theta and E sin theta. So, due to E cos theta, there will be some kind of movement of the charged particle on the surface along the horizontal direction. So, we calculated the work done to take a charged particle from one point to another. Now, we also know that equipotential surface or the work done is equal to 0. So, we equated it to 0 and then we arrived at the conclusion that theta is equal to 90 degree. That is, electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surface. Now, let us look at the third fact, which says that two equipotential surfaces never intersect. They cannot intersect ever. Why? Why can't they intersect? Let us suppose these are two equipotential surfaces. So, what do we know? In equipotential surface, the potential is same everywhere. That means, let us suppose this surface has potential V1, this surface has potential V2. So, that means each point on this surface will have V1, each point on this surface will have V2, right? Now, let us assume that these two surfaces intersect. If they intersect, it would be something like this. So, this particular region will be common to both. So, what would be the potential at this, at this intersecting surface? Because this will have V1, this will have V2. So, what will this have? Now, if this surface has this surface will have both the values of potential, that is V1 as well as V2. Now, if a surface has two values of potential, that means at some points it is V1, at some points it is V2, that means it is not an equipotential surface, right? Because that is the characteristic of equipotential surface, that they cannot have more than one value of potential. So that is the reason that we say that equipotential surfaces never intersect, because if they intersect, they will have two values of potential, which is not possible for an equipotential surface. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.